Guys, Simone Fan 101, and about time I made a video. Sorry I didn't make a video last weekend or the past week. I've been very busy. I have to catch up on TV reviews from this week, and I got to do it as fast-paced as I can. So, yeah, I was gone on a California trip this weekend, so I couldn't. Sorry with that. I couldn't watch. I wasn't in the position to record, or I wasn't even in the position to watch NXT Takeover, Death Before Dishonor, or SummerSlam. I haven't even watched Death Before Dishonor yet. So you will get the review of that one soon. That was gonna be my first Ring of Honor pay-per-view I was gonna watch and make a review on. And then a weekend trip happened. I'm like, fuck. Like, I'm glad I took the trip, but it was horrible timing. So, anyways, let's get to Takeover Brooklyn 2, shall we? I want to, whatever. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. We started off the show with the match between Austin Aries and No Way Jose. Pretty good match here. I thought No Way Jose, looked good in this match. Austin Aries was very good in this match. He's Austin Aries, so of course. Very good match here. No Way Jose came out, and it was almost like Adam Rose, where after he came to the ring, a bunch of partiers came out and lined up for a dance. I'm liking the No Way Jose gimmick. It was a lot better than they did with the Brodus Clay character. If you remember, Brodus Clay was just the dancing fat guy. And I was thinking, and I've heard the Sol Monsters say this, and I concur. He said that Brodus Clay could have worked if it was one of those things where, yeah, he's a dancey kind of guy, he's goofy, but as soon as the bell rings, as soon as you slap him in the face, he, turns into this other character. He gets royally pissed off, like Festus. Remember Festus from Jesse and Festus before he became Luke Gallows? Yeah, so think Festus. We had it was a pretty good match. What am I talking about? Sorry. I hate it when I'm like that. By the way, you might be hearing music because my brother is visiting. I already talked to him, so I'm just recording right now. I know I feel like a dick. So No Way Jose is kind of the same. He's a dancing guy, but as soon as you do something to piss him off, he will show fire, and that's exactly what No Way Jose did here. He showed some real fire. Pretty good match. Good way to open up Brooklyn. Austin Aries won after I think it was the second time he locked it in. It was the last Chancery. Jose tapped. So, and after, the match, Austin Aries went to attack Jose, got him in the last Chancery again, and then Hideo Itami's music hit. Hideo Itami came out, confronted Aries. And eventually put Aries in a GTS, which was the first time that we saw Hideo Itami, the former Kenta, use a GTS. Overall, very good opening here, and a great way to open Brooklyn. Next, we had the debut of Ember Moon, who soundly beat Billie Kay in what was a decent match. Ember Moon looked good here. She looked very good. She looked like someone that is impressive, especially since, I gotta get to this, the finisher. And of all the finishes on the match that I saw on this show, this was by far my favorite, which is weird because it's from A, it was a female match. B, it was the debut of a character. So Ember Moon goes to the top rope, right? Billie Kay's got her back to her. So Ember Moon goes for like I don't know how to describe it. It's like a tilt. It's okay. You know how it's like a corkscrew. That's what it is. It's like a corkscrew Stone Cold Stunner. That's how the best I can describe it. A corkscrew Stone Cold Stunner. And it was an awesome finisher. And Ember Moon won. And, great way to debut Ember Moon. the female roster needs more faces. You know, now Carmella and Alexa Bliss and Nia Jax are all gone, and now Bayley is gone too. You need more women on the roster. You can't just have Asuka. You have Asuka. You now have Ember Moon. Hold on. You have Liv Morgan. You have Billie Kay. You have a few other women who were from Tough Enough last year, which like Mandy Rose, Daria, whatever her name is. Actually, I have it written on here somewhere. Daria Baronato and Nikki Glencross, all of them were from Tough Enough. Actually, no, not even. Nikki Glencross was a wrestler who wrestled, I think, in Irish, and Nikki Glencross is actually pretty good, I gotta say. So, there's that. But you need more women in the roster. Okay, 6 minutes going by, I gotta hurry up the pace. Robert Roode. Andrade Cien Almas and I keep saying Bobby Roode faced off. And I gotta say, not only do I love Bobby Roode's theme song, glorious. It was gloriously awesome, I will say. But Bobby Roode's entrance was absolutely awesome. It reminded me of Shawn Michaels back in WrestleMania 25. You know, when the God's music hit and, he came down from the heavens. Well, Bobby Roode did the same thing, except unlike Shawn Michaels, Bobby Roode is a heel here. But the people loved him. The people loved Aries, too. Brooklyn was solidly behind the TNA guys. Like, they got behind Jose during the match, but they were behind Austin Aries at the beginning. And Bobby Roode here, Pete Crowds are solidly behind him, much more so than Andrade Cien Almas. And, both have put in a good performance. However, there's 2 things I have a problem with. One, I'm not being impressed by Andrade Cien Almas. I mean, there was a match that he had where he unmasked. It was a 2 out of 3 falls match. That match was awesome. I saw that match. It was really, really good. Back when he was La Sombra. But he's not impressing me as Andrade Cien Almas. And I gotta say right now, they need to put the mask back on him. The mask is what made him work. And you're probably thinking well, he's already unmasked, so why would you put the mask on him? Hello, Hurricane. They did that back when he turned to Gregory Helms, and then he went back to being the Hurricane. Rey Mysterio, remember his last year or so in WCW, he wrestled unmasked, and then they put the mask back on him for the entire duration of his WWE career. So you can do that with La Sombra or with Almas. Bobby Roode won here. I was thinking they might go with a Roode bomb like they did in TNA. No. Bobby Roode instead went for a pump handle, not even a pump handle slam, like a halfway pump handle slam. And they called it the Glorious Bomb. Well, I got a new name for it. It was gloriously stupid. Bobby Roode has to go back to the Roode Bomb. That was more of a glorious finisher than this one. That Roode needs a new finishing move. If that's his finishing move, my God, are we gonna have problems? The Revival beat Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa in by far the best match of the night. This match fucking ruled, and I gotta say it. This match was better than all 3 of the matches that the Revival had with American Alpha. I gotta say it. It was that awesome. Gargano and Champa were great. Gargano and Champa as singles wrestlers alone are great wrestlers. So put them in a team, you expect greatness, and this is exactly what we got here. The Revival won. They didn't even really cheat that much. They won when they did the same move that took Big Cass's leg out for a while in storyline earlier in the year, or they may have been late last year. And can't drink water after this. And then I think it was Scott Dawson that got Johnny Gargano what looked like a variation of the knee bar. Um, and like a leg submission hold and got Gargano to tap. This match was a great. I can't name specifics, but you need to watch this match. This match is that damn good. So yeah, best match of the night. Go watch it. The next match, we had a slightly disappointing match with Asuka and Bayley. They had a great match at Takeover Dallas, although I do think that it was disappointing. I can't fault it though because it was impossibly sandwiched between a 5-star classic in Nakamura and Sami Zayn and the main event, which was Finn Balor and Samoa Joe. So it was slightly disappointing there, but for good reason. Here, it was even more disappointing than it was at Dallas because, again, it was sandwiched between. And it's not that it was on the death spot of the match; it's that it was just sandwiched between a much better tag team match and a better main event with Joe and Nakamura. God, this match, it was a really good match, but the first, it felt like they were like losing their bearings the first couple minutes. It just wasn't what it should have been. Admittedly, it was pretty darn good. Bayley showed good fire here. Asuka beat Bayley and retained her title with the kick, and as we saw with a kick to the head, and as we saw on Monday Night Raw this week, this was Bayley's swan song from NXT. And the main event was Samoa Joe and Shinsuke Nakamura. And this match has gotten some controversy. I think it like Lundrick does. This is a great match with a slow build. It was a slow match that built and built and built. That's what I loved about this match. Joe and Nakamura are two guys that really know how to do this shtick. Especially Joe. But Nakamura too. Nakamura hit Joe with a Kinshasa. Joe kicked out. Joe, I don't even think he got the muscle buster, but he did get the. But if he did, then Nakamura kicked out. And then after the combination where Nakamura gets on the middle rope, hits the knee on the back of the head of Joe, then he knees him with a Kinshasa on the back of the head, then with another one to his face, and then he won the NXT Championship. So Shinsuke Nakamura, your new NXT champion, who is by far the biggest international star that WWE has ever had, from somewhere else, a foreign international star. I gotta say, Joe actually, from what I hear, dislocated his jaw or something on the Kinshasa, so he may have looked a little pissed. Although it did work in the storyline where maybe, he lost the title, so of course he's pissed off. So, great show. Go check it out. It was better than SummerSlam.